Hello friends, as you can see, standing here with Terry and Deb, who are here to talk about how we may respond to the flooding in Kentucky. They were part of a team who traveled to do mission work in Kentucky. So Terry, you want to tell us a bit about what's going on?
Yes, thank you, Scott. We are so happy to be here because we feel an urgent need to help the folks in Eastern Kentucky. It's been weighing heavily on our hearts. Just 4 or 5 years ago, our church did a mission to a place called Owsley County, Kentucky. It was the 4th time I was there, as my former church had already formed a partnership with a wonderful missionary there named Paula Settle. We quickly became friends and probably talked to each other about once a month. The idea was brought to BUMC about some very special folks that we needed to help, and some of our very special folks helped. Why Owsley County? It's the second poorest county in the entire country. It also means, because of that the children are behind on their reading and math skills. They have a very low level of education there, and also family values. Another reason is because we were able to do what I call a mixed mission. I don't know the real name, but a mixed mission where some of our team could work on the church, a small church in the area, do their plumbing and piping and help the church open their doors again, where the rest of us could also have access to the schools. We worked with teachers. We witnessed to teachers and children. We had lunch with them every day. Because of that, we also had to do a background check, of course. We were allowed to work in the schools and witness. A year ago, I was able to also be with them and help with the bus drivers and work with teachers and school cafeteria workers. Unfortunately, because of the poverty level there, there's also a lot of obesity in the county, and it's hard to get clothes outside the normal range. Even with all the donations coming in now, it's hard to get what they really need. One last statistic, there's a weird rainfall counties for the nation, and 6 of the counties that, 6 of the top 10 counties in the country for rainfall and flooding are here in Eastern Kentucky. With that, I'm going to turn it over to Deb, and she's going to talk about a particular teacher she became friends with on this same mission.
I did. Thanks, Terry. Fast forward now from back then to 4 years from now. That would be like 2 weeks ago. The county that our team worked in now is surrounded by devastated counties of Eastern Kentucky, where death and destruction have taken place in the wake of the flood that started 2.5 weeks ago. Most of you have heard about it on the news. This had a large impact on our team. And our trip to help then was to help children do schoolwork. And now the most immediate need for those people is survival. Since 2018, I've stayed in touch with a dear woman and a teacher named Amanda Turner. She's a math teacher that I helped for 5 days in Owsley County. She was a great teacher and gave her kids much more than math skills. She gave them love, respect, willingness to listen and go the next step with them. The majority of her kids were well below the poverty level, like you said. And many lived not with their parents, but with their grandma and grandpas. Amanda's house had little damage, but her mother-in-law's house and those on the whole street of her mother-in-law's street washed completely away. Amanda and others have been working every single day since the flood to try and just find something. Of course, they're looking for people and praying that they're alive. But now that days have passed, today Amanda said they're just trying to find something in the homes, areas of those people. The Red Cross has been there and has a presence. Many of the people now with the flood waters residing have applied for FEMA, and mostly they want a place to live, right, and some government funding. But the biggest thing that's going on there are local churches and volunteer groups like fire departments and police departments that are going out in unity to help find people. And the sad part is most of the folks have no flood insurance.
They don't.
Which is too bad. When I asked Amanda what we could do at Bethlehem to help, she said honestly, and I know her, she said, well, most of the people need money just to buy basic things in this flood. Cash donations of any size would help customize what they need, you know? I'm turning my page here. There's a lot of needs, but most of them don't have a source of income now. Those that have jobs, they're gone, right? Many of them were unemployed in the first place. Right now, any amount of cash that they can get, like from Bethlehem, for instance, it would be used differently by each person to buy what they need for their friends or their family.
To customize it.
Well, to customize what they need.
Yeah.
Okay, Amanda's father is a Baptist pastor there in the town, and the name of the church is Shoulder Blade Baptist Church, and it's still standing. It had a bunch of water, but they're still good, and they are willing to, I'm losing my place. They're willing to receive any donations we may have. They're willing to safeguard them and prioritize them for the people that have been asking for help since day one, and they've had no money since day one. And Amanda, her school where she teaches there, they think the earliest it will reopen because of the damage is the end of August. So she's gonna help. She started a log. She sent me a note today and she says, my log says that we have this many people that need help. So if you would like to give and help by giving a cash donation, you may write a check to BUMC with Kentucky Flood written in the memo. You can drop it off at church. You can bring it to church on Sunday. Any way that you can get it here. I can't emphasize enough that they really do need cash. What about toothpaste? What about all those things that they don't have?
Special clothing.
Well, yeah, there's a kid that really needs extra large sweatpants, and he needs some money. So on behalf of the Kentucky Mission Team and all the people at BUMC, Terry and I thank you and Pastor for your donations and anything that you can give, little or big, and your continued prayers for all those that are suffering loss right this minute. Loss of loved ones, 39 have died. Loss of their homes and their livelihood in Eastern Kentucky. We appreciate it. Thank you. Pastor.
Deb and Terry, thank you very much. Grateful to know about all the work that has been done, and thank you for bringing this concern to us, and we look forward to having the opportunity to respond. Thanks for joining us today, and peace be with you.
Amen.